welcome back to my channel, Adventures with Amirah. Today I have another coffee chat for you guys. Our Christmas tree was literally making us sick. So here's what happened. Apparently in the state of Florida, you cannot leave a lot of your Christmas decor outside because of the constant change in humidity. It causes mold. And unfortunately, the Christmas tree that I saved for years to buy, that I looked at and I admired and I wanted for so long, and I waited until it went on sale after Christmas a few years ago. It was like a $700 or $800 tree, and I think we got it for about $350. We used it for a few years, and last year it kind of smelled weird to me, but maybe just like outside or something. I kept telling my husband, I feel like I can't breathe. I do have asthma, so maybe I'm just more sensitive to things. And I thought maybe it was the dog tracking in allergens or something, and it was just giving me a flare-up. And at the end of the season, I realized I think it's that Christmas tree. Well, this year I told my husband to go check the Christmas tree. And he said as soon as he opened the box, it just smelled like mildew, mold. So whatever started growing last year apparently just totally took over my tree this year. And I was looking up online, like, is there anything you can do to clean a tree like that? And all I kept coming up with was about how real trees make so many people sick. There were a few things that were talking about artificial trees within those articles because artificial trees will get mold on them, especially over time. But I guess when you have a real tree, they produce more and more and more mold like as the weeks go on that you have them. And they have so many mold spores that come in. And if you guys have been watching my channel before, you know that my husband's immune suppressed from his kidney transplant. And I wanted to get a real tree because I was thinking, oh, it'll smell so nice like Christmas. And then after reading all those articles, I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder how many people get sick, especially people like me with asthma. So this is a bit of a public service announcement. If you have a lot of allergies or you have immune suppressed people in your house, please do not get a real tree because they have even more problems. It's just going to be a total loss. And I felt so bad because we spent so much on that tree. But the lights were already starting to dwindle out, and they weren't LED lights, so I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise. I really wanted to get a flock tree this year, but my husband was concerned about all the stuff that it puts off because we do have a little dog, and that stuff can be poisonous for pets. I don't want to take a chance with our little Dachshund. That little dog is like a billy goat. He eats pretty much anything that falls on the floor, and I would never forgive myself if eating part of the Christmas tree flocking made him sick. So my husband finally went out and purchased a tree. We are so excited. It is a tree that has color changing lights. With us, I feel like with our new tree, I'm just going to keep it in the house. That's what I do with all my favorite ornaments. I was just afraid that something would get in them. Like we have spiders and stuff that come sometimes in the garage, and I just have some heirloom type ornaments that I've had for so long, and I just would be so sad if something happened to them. Little ornaments even that my kids made me when they were little in school, and I don't want anything to happen to those either. So I have like one tray of ornaments that I keep inside the house anyway. And I have a closet I'm doing as a Christmas closet downstairs so that eventually, hopefully, everything can go in that except the tree. It's definitely going to be too big to fit in that little closet. It's kind of like a little linen closet is what it looks like. But we do have, it's kind of like a Harry Potter closet pantry that's really deep. It's under our stairs, so I'm hoping that the tree can just slide into the back of that, and then we could at least keep it in the house, like if we put it in a Christmas tree bag. But we went to a bunch of different places. I've looked at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, Home Depot. Came across this tree at Home Depot that I feel like is just as nice as any of the trees, but it was only $249. So I sent my husband over there last night to look at it and tell me what he thought. It's a 9-foot color changing lights. It goes from white to color, and we've never had color lights. I love color lights personally because they remind me of being a child, and I think my daughter is going to freak out. She's going to love it. But some of them have these foot pedals that you just step on and it changes the lights, and it does like little light shows and stuff. And this new tree has LED lights, so we're so excited. I'll show you a clip of that tree. I wanted to ask you guys, because this is supposed to be a chat, by the way. I'm always waiting for you guys to leave me a comment or talk to me in the comments down below. And sometimes it's like crickets. I'm like, hello, this is supposed to be like a conversation between us. YouTube is just weird. You know, I'm talking to a camera, but I know you guys are out there listening to me. But anyway, I wanted you guys to let me know, like, how long do you keep an artificial tree? The tree that we had before, I found in the trash. When we lived at the Air Force Academy years ago, I came home one day dragging this tree in the trunk of my little Toyota Corolla I had at that time. And it was just hanging out. And my husband's like, what is that hanging out of the back of the car? It was like in the middle of July or something. Well, on base, when people PCS, especially if they're going overseas, they have a very specific weight limit. So you'll see people throwing stuff away all the time, like furniture, Christmas trees, just random boxes of stuff. I used to get so much stuff like that because we had like cul-de-sacs with these big median looking things in the middle where we had dumpsters, and then people would just sit out whatever they wanted to get rid of, and the base would pick it up twice a week, whether it was furniture or TVs or whatever. And especially if it hadn't been raining or snowing, which in the desert of Colorado, you don't have to worry about that in July so much. But I would just always be driving by different little cul-de-sacs and see stuff and go look at it. And that tree was pre-lit. It was a 7.5 foot tree still in the box. And I bet you the people were probably PCS and they were getting stationed overseas and couldn't take it because of the weight limit. And that tree lasted us like 12 years or something crazy like that. My husband's like, this tree is never going to die. But we wanted a bigger tree, which is the reason we ended up giving that one to Goodwill. And it still worked when we finally got rid of it. It was a little tattered from moving so much and just because we'd had it so long, but it still was a decent tree. And the fact that I pulled it out of the trash, my husband, oh my gosh, he cannot stand it when I do stuff like that. He's definitely not a bargain person. You'd be more likely to find him at a Tiffany's shopping for me than at a thrift shop. But I'm the opposite. I love a thrift shop, so we're very different in that way. But he was mortified when I came dragging that tree home. He was like, this thing's probably a piece of junk. There's no telling what's wrong with it. I'm sure the lights don't work. He wouldn't even plug it in to try it out. He was like, I'm just going to put it in the storage closet and see later. So that Christmas when he drug it out and it lit up and it was so beautiful. And it was one of the bigger trees we'd had. I was like, see? Trees making you sick. I mean, I didn't think I had to worry about that at Christmas. Have any of you guys had that happen to you where you had mold come on your Christmas tree? And if you're living in a humid climate like this, how in the world do you keep the mold and like just allergens out of your tree unless you keep it inside? I'm not sure with the temperature change in our garage if we could even do that. So from now on, anything that's precious to me and Christmas wise is going to come in the house. I'm just scared about leaving it out in this brand new tree. I don't want to mess it up either. So I'm excited to get that set up. And we're also doing a different style. You know how a lot of people are going from farmhouse to more glam? I'm going backwards. So I've always had a much more glam tree with crystal ornaments, and I have like a velvet tree skirt with sequins. This year I changed my living room rug, which was more of a Persian looking rug that was red, to a blue and gray kind of damask print rug. And I'm like, this bright red and green tree skirt is going to clash so bad with this blue rug. And I didn't want to change the rugs around. I was like, what can I do? So I went to Big Lots, and they had some of the cutest holiday items. And I'm going to show you that in another video I'm about to film, which is my Big Lots haul. It's not a huge haul, but I did want to show you some of the stuff. They had the prettiest like reindeer prints, and they also have formal stuff too. Now they had a fur looking tree skirt that was gorgeous. It was white with gold sequins and stuff. Beautiful if you guys are doing a glam Christmas. But this year I'm definitely going more farmhouse. So I wanted something to tie in with all of that. And I got something that has red, but it also has gray on it with some little plaid reindeer. You guys know I love plaid. So we'll see how that goes. I know plaid might be a little clashy with the blue rug, but I probably won't do plaid ribbons this year. I may do some reindeer ribbons. They also had some cute ribbon at the Dollar Tree, you guys, that has the little Christmas trucks on it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the little farmhouse looking trucks. They're so Anyway, I'm just in love with all the farmhouse stuff because it reminds me of my grandma. So I'm always buying stuff like that. And my mom, she always did a nature tree. Oh, her tree looked like something out of Better Homes and Gardens. So I'm always doing little stuff that kind of reminds me of them, but it's like little bitty pieces. And this year I want my whole tree to just feel more country and more farmhouse and definitely not glam. So I'll show you guys that haul coming up. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying these coffee chats with me. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.